We cannot solve today's challenges with yesterday's mindset. We must be bold, honest, and innovative. Let us remember the African proverb that says, the canoe does not move forward if everyone is paddling their own way. Our progress as a nation depends on our ability to pull in the same direction as we have learned from our third president, Dr. Hage Godfrey Geingob. To work with mutual respect and open minds, and to recognize that the solutions we seek will come from collective efforts. One finger does not pick up a needle. Hence, collective efforts is a must for any success. The Task Force on Economic Recovery will help unlock growth, strengthen investment, support innovation, and expand opportunities for our youth. One of the task force reference points should be the post-COVID-19 economic recovery report. There is a document to that effect, and the National Planning Commission has to make it available. The Task Force on Health. You know, a health nation is a productive nation. This committee will assist us in building a strong, more responsive health system that serves the needs of all Namibians. And I want to underline, all Namibians. The report of the 2013 on health, commissioned by His Excellency Hifikepunye Pohamba, should be the most critical reference document for the Task Force on Health. This committee was composed of individuals from different backgrounds. They went all over Namibia, and it took them not less than a year to produce that report. And to my understanding, it has looked holistically on our health system and made clear recommendations on what should be done. It is therefore my hope, and I'm asking this committee to help us, to help me, to implement this report. I keep repeating, a health nation is a productive nation. If we want to be productive, we must ensure the health of our people. The task force on housing and land delivery will address one of our most urgent social obligations, ensuring access to dignified housing and sufficient land for families across the country. The way some of our people live is very deplorable, and no Namibians would want to find yourself in that situation. Of recently, there's been outbreak being reported. By the good thing, they are all contained. That is what really makes me strong. But I don't want them to keep coming. If we can prevent, let us prevent them together. And these committees, these task forces will help us to address some of this. When you look at their work holistically, they are basically covering all the 7 priorities that are in NDP 6, from agriculture, sports, creative industry, youth empowerment, then housing, education, and health. These are our priority areas. And these are the economic sectors that we have to look at as part of the economic recovery of our country. Fellow Namibians, let us remember and support those task forces. Let us remind ourselves and give the full support to the task forces, as this is how we can be able to make a significant contribution to the building of Namibia and to take our people out of poverty. Once again, to members of the task force, I would like to sincerely recognize your unwavering commitment to volunteer yourselves, which is aimed to improving the socio-economic condition and living standards of Namibian citizens. As a nation, once again, we extend our deepest appreciation to the members of this task force. It is our hope that your dedication, your expertise, and a steadfast commitment will play a vital role in guiding our national priorities and shaping meaningful policy intervention. Your work will strengthen our public health system, support economic resilience, and advance land delivery and housing efforts that will benefit our nations for generations to come. We are too few to be poor. We are too few to be poor. And that's why when we say we are going next year to give subsidy to our young people to have access to institutions of higher learning with concerted efforts, we are not going to feel that pressure. We just need to coordinate. We just need to believe on what we are doing, and we will definitely be successful. I therefore wish each one of you continued success in your endeavors. And also, maybe this will be the last day we meet until next year. Let me also wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Namibia has the best roads, one of the best roads in our continent and beyond. Let us really make sure that the space of our road or our roads is a space for everybody. And each one of us, we must play our part to make sure that we prepare our vehicles properly and we are alert when we are driving. As the patron of the road to safety in Namibia, this is the season that I'm dreaming that one day will come out with significantly reduced accidents, so that the resources we are spending can be spent on issues that are common interest to us, and particularly on our economic recovery, and for us to provide quality health service to our people, and for all Namibians to have a dignified accommodation. Together, we will strengthen our economy. Together, we will build a healthy nation. Together, we will deliver dignified land for housing. Together, we will shape a future where every Namibian has an opportunity to thrive. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for accepting to volunteer your service in the interest of the Namibian people.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Be seated. Your Excellency, may I now have the honor and the privilege to invite Ambassador Dr. Kaire Mbwende to facilitate the handover of the appointment letters of the task force members and subsequently to deliver the vote of thanks. Ambassador Mbwende.
In recent years, our country has faced a combination of pressure that tested our collective resilience. Raising living costs, constraint on job creation, uneven service delivery, housing shortage, land pressure, and a health system carrying multiple burdens. At the same time, our private sector has to navigate a complex economic environment, global uncertainty, and domestic bottlenecks that inhibited the growth. It becomes clear that if we wanted to accelerate progress, we could no longer operate in silos. We needed a unified platform where concerns could be raised openly, where solutions could be shaped constructively, and where the voices of government, business, labor, community, civil society, academias, and others could meet on equal footing. This is the rationale that led to the establishment and the inauguration of the Namibia Public-Private Forum. The forum was never intended to be another meeting. It is intended to be a turning point. It created a space where Namibians can look one another in the eyes, acknowledge our shared challenges, and commit to working together with honesty and clarity. It reaffirmed that our nation has the talents, the ideas, and the capacity. What we need was alignment, unity of purpose, and willingness to approach our problems with fresh thinking. It is from that spirit that, in line with the commitments as a government we have made during the Namibia Public-Private Forum, that I'm commissioning today 3 national task forces to drive our work And these task forces are, as agreed at the forum, Economic Recovery Task Force, Health Task Force, Housing and Land Delivery Task Force. These task forces will be composed of individuals from diverse backgrounds, representing the government, the private sector, the civil society, academia, among others. Their diversity reflects our belief that no single sector holds all the answers. Solutions will emerge when we listen respectively to one another and when we challenge old assumptions with open minds. I am also aware that when the idea of this task force was first announced, some people might have wondered whether it will lead to real action or become lip service. Today we stand here as a proof that the 8th administration is serious about service delivery and to take care of our people. We are demonstrating agency. We are demonstrating commitments. We are demonstrating that our approach is one of business unusual, because the challenge we face demands nothing else but agency. This is not about criticizing what came before us. It's about building on the strong foundations that previous administrations have laid, drawing lessons from the past and improving on what can be done better today. As we know, every era has its own responsibility and its own rhythm. Our task in this moment is to take what we have inherited, strengthen it, and move Namibia forward with the agency our people expect. Under NDP 6, we have a clear roadmap, and this task forces the instruments to accelerate the implementation of that roadmap. Distinguished members of the task force, first and foremost, on behalf of the government and the people of the Republic of Namibia, I sincerely want to thank you for having accepted this responsibility. You have agreed to volunteer your service, your time, your skill, your knowledge to your people. And this is something which is highly commendable. Therefore, as you begin your work, it's crucial to understand that collaboration will not only be simple. You come from different sectors, and you might not always agree. But disagreement, we must know, is not a weakness.